Hello everybody, welcome back to Sunday Berries. Today I will be sharing a video of a painting I did this week, and it took me about 2.5 days to finish, and it is based on another painting that I created but in acrylics. I will be sharing a picture of that painting right here, and as you can see, it's in a large scale. This one is 5 feet by 4 feet or something along those lines. I'm not really sure, but I decided to redo this painting because I thought it would be a lot easier to create than one of my abstract creations. So the reason why I went in and do this painting is because I've been feeling so fearful of watercolors, and I needed to find a way into it, particularly after I confessed those fears to you in my last video. So this is the result. I went in, I decided to do the painting, and I took all the risk because from the beginning I basically treated this as if I was painting with acrylics, and that was a big mistake because the painting started turning quite dark quite fast, and although I tried to preserve my whites, they were basically gone towards the end. However, even though I made a lot of mistakes while doing this, it was a learning process for me, and I think that overall that was the most important part of creating this. I can tell you, with watercolors, I really do need to plan what I'm going to do, particularly how I'm going to be working with color, how I will be laying those layers, how everything has to have an order for it to work well in the end. I am quite happy with the way this painting ended up being. I will admit that, but I did come across a lot of situations in which I just didn't know how to get out of, and you will see those struggles, particularly when I started losing the white to the point that everything was a little bit dark, and I needed the light of the paper or the white of the paper in order to be able to continue creating. The other thing that I did wrong was not to sketch the actual leaves that I was going to include in this painting. They are ivies, or my version of ivies, if that makes sense, because they don't look like ivies, but they are supposed to be ivies. Doesn't matter. So I should have sketched out the ivies because I would have had a lot of an easier time when I got to that point. And so, well, you learn. That's the result of that. You learn. Also, I tried to correct that mistake with a Posca pen. Big mistake. Although I was able to recover some white, but no, that was a huge mistake. So I decided then to use, well, actually, to be honest, I will tell you a secret. I thought about using white acrylic paint, but thankfully I remembered that I have Winsor and Newton white wash, so I used that. So that was a good decision, and it saved the day. But I wish I would have saved that white of the paper, although it's not completely horrible in the end, so everything worked out. Another thing that I wanted to share was the fact that I didn't plan the colors as well. Yes, I did have the idea of the original painting, so I had down the colors that I wanted to use, but I really didn't think about testing colors, mixing colors, and seeing what I wanted to really achieve with this painting. So the colors are a little bit off, and they turned out mostly to be warm colors. So this is a very warm painting overall. Although I did use some muted colors that I mixed and also some cool colors that I decided to add as well. But you don't notice them so much as you do the warm colors. So I suppose I should have planned all those things before starting this painting, but I was very eager to just break through my fear and start creating something that I could learn from, and not only that, but that I could feel like myself. And that's it. That's basically what I did. I guess I wanted to share most of it, particularly the mistakes and how I got to the end and how I was able to resolve them. And I guess that's the point of this video. If you find yourself being afraid of watercolors just like I am, then one good exercise is to take your sketchbook and just go ahead and do something without being afraid of making messes or making things wrong or doing everything the wrong way and making the mistakes, because I guess that's the way we all learn. So that is why I am sharing this. I thought about it. I wasn't sure if I was going to share it, but in the end I decided to share it because I don't want to keep you in the dark when it comes to my progress and how I'm doing with my exploration of watercolors and my discovery of this new media, and how I'm hoping to grow and develop as I go. In the end, what matters is the experience, and this was a very good experience for me. I hope you enjoy it. Please let me know what you think of it. Let me know if I resolved the painting in a satisfactory way, and also if you have any tips for me, those are always welcome. I can tell you that I did the best that I could. I want to say something else before I go and leave you to the video. This particular painting I'm very attached to for several reasons, and this is going to sound really strange and weird, but the shadows, the reflected shadows on the wall behind the girl and behind the ivy leaves is what attracts me the most about this particular work, both in acrylic and now in watercolor. I try to get that as best as possible in watercolor, and I don't feel like I quite succeeded, and that was why I mentioned earlier that I should have drawn or sketched the leaves prior to starting the work. When I work in acrylics, it's very easy to just add them at the end, but in watercolor you need to preserve the white in order for them to be able to stand out the way I wanted them to stand out. While it did work, it's not a perfect rendition of what I wanted to do. However, it does look good. I hope you like it. Let me know what you think of it. I hope that if you have any suggestions, you are able to share them with me. I'm very open to suggestions, to critique. Next week I will be doing a new set of watercolors, a new brand. So I'm really, really excited about that one, and I'm hoping that you will be too. With that said, I'm going to leave you with the painting. I hope you don't mind the speed. You can always slow it down with the YouTube gear, where you can decide what speed you want to watch it. You can even speed it up even faster. But I do hope that you watch it through and get to the end and see what the process was and how I treated this poor watercolor cotton paper, because I did scratch it, I did mark it, I did everything I do on a canvas, this time on paper. I wanted to create texture, and I think in that department I feel quite satisfied with the textures I was able to create. Most of the texture that you see here was actually created. Yeah, I do tons and tons of layers with acrylics, and I know I cannot abuse this paper as much as I would like to, but I did abuse this one. So that was something very daring on my part. So before I go, I want to say thank you to all my subscribers. Thank you for being here. You guys make all the difference. And if you're not subscribed and you think that you would like to see more content from me, please just click the subscribe button and take this ride along with us. So with that said, I want to say once again, thank you for watching. Please take care of yourselves. Please stay safe, and I will see you on the next video. Bye.